Here are some of my best advice to improve your art life. Blending. When we learn to paint or draw, blending is one of our first challenges. We all want that perfectly smooth blend. We are so focused for so long on getting that seamless transition between brushstroke or pencil stroke that by the time that we're really good at it, we tend to use that technique too much, like way too much. Overblending can be worse than not blending enough because it makes everything a bit out of focus and flat, very cartoon-like. Sometimes it's better to let those harsher brush strokes show. Not everything should be softly blended. Really look at your reference photo. Notice where you have soft and harsh transitions. It's important to have both in your work when you're aiming for a more realistic end result. The reality is the blending is not what's going to make your work look more realistic. Your values are. Light's light enough, dark's dark enough. Do you know why painting what feels popular doesn't get you far when you're trying to sell your work? There are two huge reasons, and probably some smaller ones for this. First, what is popular means you've got a lot of competition. There was a time when Thomas Kincaid's style was super popular. Everyone was painting it. The thing is, most people totally missed the part that actually made his work so good and stand out. His lighting. And there were tens of thousands of artists competing in that same style for a sale, but without the good lighting. But even with the good lighting, you still have tens of thousands of artists competing for that same sale. The market was flooded with the same Wish.com style knockoffs. When you're competing with whatever is currently the in thing, you're going to be lost in the crowd unless you're one of the best, or really, really good at your marketing, which is even more important. That brings our next issue. You're probably not going to be the best of the best because you chose that style for it being popular, not because you are passionate about it with your own new ideas or making it your own. Painting what you love is going to get you one step closer to creating a unique style that makes you different. Your art looking like everyone else's is not a good thing when you're trying to get sales. So painting what's popular is the opposite of helping you reach those goals. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to make sales painting the in thing. You're just definitely limiting yourself because you are competing with everyone else who's trying to do the same thing. Paint what you love, paint what you would want to hang on your own wall. Ignore what folks think is the popular thing of the month. If you haven't checked out my Patreon lesson recently, you are truly missing out. With over 25 years of teaching experience, I have helped thousands of artists break through their plateaus and reach levels they never thought possible. Now that my live stream are members only, I have even more time to create in-depth, high-quality lessons that go far beyond the basics. If you've been feeling stuck, like your progress just hit a wall, it's not because you lack talent, it's because you've been limiting yourself to beginner-level content. Real growth happens when you challenge yourself with subjects that feel just out of reach. That's exactly where my method shines. My students are constantly amazed at how quickly they improve once they dive into the deeper, more advanced work. The techniques and structured guidance I provide make even the most intimidating subjects feel achievable and incredibly rewarding. Ready to finally unlock your full potential and see the kind of progress you've been dreaming about? Head over to patreon.com/Lachri, where you will get instant access to over 400 of my detailed lessons for as little as $6 a month. At some point, that price is going to go up when I come up with the time to actually do it, so lock it in now while you still can. Dealing with art burnout. When you have worked long hours on a project, it is not uncommon to feel art burnout. I especially feel this when doing portraits for other people, especially big portraits. My biggest tip for dealing with burnout is to take a break for a few days And paint something small for yourself. Small is key, we'll come back to that. Something you will be excited to hang on your own wall. The joy of having something new in your space, something that you wanted to paint for yourself, can be quite refreshing. Overcoming burnout isn't about painting harder, it's about working smarter and giving yourself permission to rest and recover. Your creativity and productivity will thank you in the long run. A little warning about this though, that refresh project should be something quick. If you start a 3-week project, it's going to be much harder for you to go back to the older project that you were kind of struggling and burnt out to get done. A quick 1, 2, maybe 3-day project in between your big one is okay, but make sure do not put that current project on the back burner for too long because, oh my gosh, that is the easiest way to never finish something. Don't wait for the perfect idea. Are you wanting to paint something unique? Are you waiting for the perfect creative idea to hit before you start? You probably won't accomplish much this way. Instead, start sketching. Even if you don't have an idea, pick one element you like, maybe a whale, and build the rest of the concept from there. Do sketches. Lots of sketches. This is how you're going to find your most creative ideas. They're not going to pop into your head while you're watching Netflix. Creativity finds you working. Just sitting and doodling can start getting those creative muscles working. Your creativity is a muscle that will atrophy, and the longer you're not using it, the harder it's going to be to come up with ideas. But if you're sitting there waiting for the perfect idea and more time goes on, that muscle just continues to atrophy. So do those doodles, do some sketches. I don't even care if they're stick figures. Everything is beneficial, but this is how you're going to build that really cool idea. You can also build some of your ideas in Photoshop, putting different images in a collage style together to come up with a really good idea. But the point is that you're working towards something creative. You're not just sitting there watching TV, wasting time, waiting for inspiration to hit. Creativity finds you working, not getting caught up on Netflix shows. The importance of being intentional. Have you ever caught yourself endlessly tweaking a painting or drawing only to feel like it's not getting any better? You layer on top of layer on top of layer, and none of these layers are improving. I always tell you, layer until it looks good. But the secret to seeing real progress with each layer lies in purpose. Before you dive into the next round of brushstrokes, take a moment to figure out why you're making them. That sounds super frou-frou. But slapping paint on the canvas and crossing your fingers for a happy accident might feel tempting, but there is a better way. Ask yourself, what am I aiming to achieve with this layer? What specific problem am I tackling? Or what shift am I trying to create? Intention turns random effort into meaningful improvement. Have you hit a wall and your work is not improving? This is something I see with students all the time. It is such an easy fix, and I will tell you how to do that in this next video.